Hello students, welcome to IAS Academy. In this video, we are going to discuss about the fencing that is being granted approval to by the central government along the Indo-Myanmar border, largely along the state of Manipur as such. So let us try to understand details of this particular topic. Now, in the state of Manipur, largely civil society organizations from the Naga and Kuki tribal community that largely resides in the state of Manipur, they have objected to the fencing being done along the Indo-Myanmar border, more precisely along the Manipur-Myanmar border as such. But despite of all these objections, central government has given a go-ahead that entire border should be fenced as soon as possible. New Delhi also has deployed a team from the SOI, that is Survey of India, which is largely responsible for identifying the pillar posts along the border to clarify that which part belong to India and which part belong to Myanmar as such. And based on this study and what you can call as the demarcation of the borders, the Border Road Organization, an organization responsible for construction of roadways across the entire border, will be finalizing the border alignment as such. Also, to avoid hindering the fencing work due to lack of subsidiary pillars, SOI, Assam Rifles and Border Road Organization will work hand to hand till the entire border can be fenced. Now let us try to look at the plan. As per the central government plan, the entire 1643 kilometer, that is the length of the Manipur border along with Myanmar, has to be with Myanmar of India and India, the entire border has to be fenced. And largely, this decision has been taken on the basis of three facts. First of all, we know that Myanmar is undergoing a tumultuous time where it is facing a kind of civil war, civilian rebellion-like situation, where you have a lot of different groups from different communities fighting against the Myanmarese military junta. Civil war has been raging in Myanmar for quite some period of time after the toppling of civilian government by the Myanmarese military. So obviously, as a result of this, because India shares such a long border with Myanmar, there is a possibility and distinct possibility of these disturbances spilling over in the Indian side as well. So we have to enhance border security. We also have to manage the free movement regime. This was a regime instituted by the government of India in the early years, where the tribal communities across the Myanmar-Manipur border or Myanmar-India border can travel through each other's territory without requiring proper visa or other what you can call as other papers as such. Third, also it will help in implementing the surveillance system that India is trying to put across the entire border areas. This surveillance system is made up of ground-based radar. You have CCTV cameras that are put and placed on the high towers. You also have several watchtowers as well. So fencing of border will ensure that surveillance system is working effectively and will also ensure much better degree of security along India's border as such. Decision to fence the border comes after the scrapping of FMR in the year 2024. Government of India has scrapped free movement regime, and that is also one of the reasons why tribals have raised concern about it. Now again, if you take a look at the area in concern here, if you look at the Myanmar-India border, almost all the northeastern state of India, right from Arunachal Pradesh in the north, then you have Nagaland, then you have Manipur, and then you have Mizoram, with a total length of 1643 km. They share border with Myanmar as such. This border is also very porous in nature, porous in the sense that infiltration or moving across the border becomes relatively easier, as border is not plain area. It passes through the terrain of dense forest, it passes through the terrains of shifting river courses, it passes through the terrain of what you can call as a mountains that is as high as 2000 to 3000 meters as such. So such kind of a difficult geographical setting makes border much more difficult to what you can call as manage, and that is also why fencing becomes important to ensure effectiveness in the border management. Now before moving further about this topic, I would want to bring your attention to the fact that at the IAS Academy, we are going to start soon new batches for UPSC aspirants. The batches will commence on 7th of July. After that, you'll have 9th and 11th of August. You'll have the opportunity to enroll in the fresh batches as such. Now, I want to bring your attention to the uniqueness that we offer at our institute. That first of all, we believe that the entire UPSC preparation is something that has to be comprehensive in nature right from the start, and everything right from the beginning to end. That is from essay, then GS paper 1 to 4, then optional examination, and also we talk about interview. Preparation should not be done at different places. Rather, it should be a coordinated approach so that students and aspirants can be well placed to tackle any stage of examination. Now, here also we believe that mentorship is one of the major cornerstone of ensuring success to aspirants, as in the middle of the preparation, many times they get deviated from the path. They do not understand what to follow, what not to follow, what to do to ensure that they remain on the track of clearing the examination. And also we ensure that doubt is solved. Students do not go back to their home with doubt lingering in their head, and that is why we have a special doubt solving sessions as well. We have regular interactions with educator, and also believe that interaction in classes should be ensured to a maximum extent, and for that we have a policy of maximum 40 students per batch. We also believe that preparation of UPSC examination cannot be done in a silo-like approach. It should be done in a coordinated and integrated manner, and from very beginning that is why we focus on once students have a basic understanding of the syllabus and the subjects in the courses, they should participate in daily men's answer writing practice. Based on the evaluation, then they can improvise and can increase their chances to write a well-structured, good answer as required by the UPSC examination itself. We also have test series for prelims and mains examination, so the students can evaluate their stand along the course of preparation. And also we have 360-degree coverage of the current affairs. So we ensure that in prelims and mains, any current affair topic, a student will not have to face difficulty in basically writing it or answering it. Now, if you want to know more detail about the courses, you can give a call at the number being displayed here, or you can also click the link given in the description box of this video, and then you can get all your doubts resolved. Now, coming back to this particular topic, you talk about the fencing project that the government of India has cleared here. It was cleared last year in 2024, when central government has approved a budget of about 30,000 crore to ensure that entire Indo-Myanmar border is fenced. The Border Road Organization, as we have discussed, this is the leading organization responsible for managing infrastructures, construction of roadways, bridges and all across the border areas. They have been engaged in the construction of fencing along the 398-kilometer stretch that Manipur shares with the Myanmar, which is also your international border. Now, the reason why border has to be fenced here can be given on the basis of different factors. First of all, we have to understand that entire terrain is geographically very diverse and different, made up of dense forest, hilly areas, riverine ecosystems, and thus it is very porous in nature, and thus fencing will ensure that any illegal movement and infiltration from Myanmar side can be minimized. Second, also we have to understand that tribal community of border areas along the India's border shared a deep-rooted ties, cultural, socio-cultural ties with tribals of other tribal communities residing in the Myanmar side. So there is a historical ethnic ties, and because of this, there has been continuous to and fro movement of people across the border. Now, unfortunately, this facility, like free movement regime that we have talked about, has been used by the elements which are insurgent elements, which are insurgent organizations, insurgent groups, soldiers. They also have used this freedom to carry out attacks, to carry out to participate in what you can call as trans-border crimes, such as smuggling of drugs, smuggling and trafficking of weapons and all that. And that is why also it was essential to fence the border. Third, ongoing conflict in Myanmar, we have discussed. Myanmar is passing through a difficult situation of civil war, and this can also have impact on India, and also it can lead to influx of refugees. One example of this we already have seen few years back, when Myanmaris began to expel Rohingyas residing in the Arakan region, or what you can call as the coastal regions of Myanmar, and many Rohingyas after coming to Bangladesh then have tried to enter into India as well. So these all problems has necessitated the fact that there should be proper security and management of border, and that can be done largely by border fencing as well. Now, also one major concern that has been raised by the paramilitary forces operating in these areas, that is Assam Rifles, and also local police, is that there has been a resurgence of activities of insurgent group, especially because Manipur itself has been in the throes of violence from last 1.5 years after the Kuki and Meitei violence and Kuki-Meitei conflict erupted in the valley areas of Manipur. So several groups such as United National Liberation Front, People's Liberation Army of Manipur, Kangle Yawol Kanbaluk, and also PREPAK, that is People's Evolutionary Party of Kangle Pak, they have intensified their activities. Not only that, they also have been involved in trafficking of guns, trafficking of weapons from the Manipur side to the Myanmar side to their insurgent parent organization as such. So all these challenges have necessitated fencing to be done as soon as possible. Now, obviously, against this fencing, we have seen stiff opposition from Naga and Kuki bodies, because they believe that if fencing is done, they will not be able to go and meet with their kin and ethnic, with the members of their ethnic tribe, ethnic communities on the other side of border, and they believe it would disrupt ethnic and familial ties of people living on both sides of border, which will further increase what you can call as the discontentment among the people as such. Now, free movement regime was a practice that was practiced by India along the Indo-Myanmar border, and both used to share an unfenced border. Why unfenced border? Again, same reason. So the tribal people from both communities, from both countries, can come and meet each other because of their familial and ethnic ties, and that is why in 1970s such kind of system was put into place. Last it was revised in 2016, and 2024 finally it was scrapped by government as such. Now, if you look at the background of this entire development, recently a meeting was convened under the Joint Secretary Border Management of Ministry of Home Affairs, and in this meeting it was decided that a field team from the Survey of India organization, which is responsible for ensuring that Myanmar-Indo border is properly demarcated, will be there to help BRO in finalizing the alignment. Once the alignment is finalized, then only demarcation of border can be carried out, and once demarcation of border is carried out, then only the stretches will be fenced across. Now, also we have to understand that the reason why fencing becomes crucial here is because of the border management policies that the government of India follows through its border security forces. For example, the security forces responsible for managing border across the Indo-Myanmar border is Assam Rifles. Assam Rifle is one of the oldest central paramilitary forces of India that was raised during the British time somewhere in the 19th century. Now, Assam Rifles largely, or any other border security forces for that matter, uses physical guarding as a major method to ensure security along the international border. This physical guarding can be done by installing watchtowers at a certain distances along the border areas, by ensuring that there is a patrolling or period, what you can call as regular patrolling along the border areas, either by using vehicles, either by using camels, for example, in the desert area of Rajasthan, or even on foot patrolling, as you can see from this particular image as such. So it is considered as the most effective method of border surveillance and domination, and also border security forces ensure dominance in the border areas by setting up a string of border outposts as such. Now, the task of border security forces and the other border guarding forces becomes much more easier if the entire border is fenced, because otherwise it becomes highly challenging for them to look into every corner, every centimeter through which infiltrators and other criminal elements might be able to enter into India as such. So this will also overall bring border management of India to most what you can call as more robust setting, and will also help border guarding forces to ensure security in the border areas as such. That is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.